Hello class! Today we are going to have a look at DC Universe Classics Wave 12, figure number 4, Dr. Mid-Nite. So we have a look here at the packaging. It comes with a collector button, and there we can kind of see there's the Spectre, and there's Dr. Mid-Nite with his owl, and I'm not sure who that person is. I can't really see it, and it's old, and I don't know, and to be honest, I don't really care, so I don't care enough to look. It is for an adult collector. I don't know what the deal is with that. I guess maybe the previous ones weren't. If you look here on the side, it includes our Collect and Connect piece, which is great. You notice, I don't know when this started, but it doesn't tell you which piece anymore. It doesn't on the other side either, except, you know, we can see that I paid 10 bucks for this. But it doesn't tell us which piece is. Now, I mean, we can look, but maybe that's a scheme to make us buy all of them. I don't know. Now, the packaging's in kind of tough shape, but we've got some dude named Charles McNider. He was a surgeon. He got kind of blown up by a grenade that blinded him, except now he can see in perfect dark, but he can't see in the light. So he has special goggles and weapons called blackout bombs. That sounds like some kind of thing you'd get at a club. You know, it sounds like some kind of recreational drug. Anyways, some of his stats. He's been around since 1941. He's a geezer. I think he's dead too, isn't he? I think he showed up in Blackest Night as a zombie. So I think he's dead. Anyways, sorry. Charles McNider. See, McNider, Mid-Nite, there we go. Let's see, what can he do? Infrared glasses allow perfect vision in all lighting conditions, including total darkness. He's a skilled surgeon, hand-to-hand combatant, exceptional agility, black gas blackout bombs. That's just what happens when you eat too much chili. And he's got a pet owl and crime-fighting assistant he calls Hootie. Who in their right mind names an owl Hootie? Like, seriously, that's not even a good name for a Pokemon. Hootie. Figure that's what he calls his, I'm gonna make a bad joke. Maybe I should stop. Anyways, some other figures in this wave. There's Eclipso, the Spectre, Copperhead, of course, Dr. Mid-Nite, Desaad, Mary Batson, and Iron. And again, we're gonna buy, I'm guessing most, if not all, of these figures, so that we can build this dude over here, Darkseid, because that's awesome. So, that's our look at Dr. Mid-Nite in the packaging. We can see him there. I'm going to cut this figure open, or at least the packaging, if I'm not careful, the figure as well, and we're going to have a closer look at Dr. Mid-Nite. Be back in a second. And we're back. We are still looking at Dr. Mid-Nite. I'll give you a quick, oh, look at that. It looks like he's a pugilist right here. Let's take a quick look at him before we talk about him a little bit more. Got this bright green cape. I guess we'll come back to that. There we go. So in terms of the mold of the figure, well, you know, if we start with the lower body, most of it's very similar to your standard DCU figure. Probably going to hear that a lot. But he does have the extra little, I don't know what these are called, the extra fold on his boots, which seemed to be popular at one time. Every comic book character, with the exception of maybe Spider-Man and maybe Batman, had these things. I think Captain America did and still does, like seriously. At any rate, the upper body, that's where we can see there's some differences. His tunic, he's got the little buttons here to keep it shut. You can see that it goes down past his waist. Got the belt and his head. If you look at there, it's a decent sculpt. We can see there the glasses that allow him to see during the day, because he can already see at night or something like that. He's got the big crescent moon here on his forehead, which to me looks similar to a bullseye. It's just begging you to shoot him between the eyes. And then again, the cape is really cool because it's got, not the color, but the rest of it's pretty cool because again, we've got the design here of the folds and stuff, which is kind of cool. In terms of his colors, I don't know what to expect from Dr. Mid-Nite, so I'm expecting this is probably how he looks, or at least looked when he was first introduced. What can I say? We got that dark black, kind of the bright red here. One thing I don't understand, and I know it's a product of the era, you're wearing, you know, red and black, and okay, you've got these kind of tan or brownish color for your feet and boots. Why would you choose a green cape? Seriously, dude, wear a black cape or maybe a red cape, but bright green. I don't understand. See, I'm a person who wears maybe two colors, so So once we get to 3 and 4, I just don't understand. The cape looks good, the color is horrible. But now that has nothing to do necessarily with the figure. That's just due to the person who designed it originally. But then this was back in the day when they took a Green Lantern, put him in purple, red, and some green highlights, and then called him Green Lantern. Absolutely stupid. But anyways, the articulation for this figure, I think that's going to be pretty standard for most of our DCU figures. We can move his head. We do have a little bit of problem, going around that silly cape of his. Same thing with his arms, they can go all the way around. Just a little bit of interference here. Goes up at the shoulder, we can rotate, there at the bicep, bend at the elbow, and rotate his hand at the wrist. He does have that middle articulation in his waist, which is nice. We can rotate all the way around. And now his legs, it does have the same kind of joint, but because his shirt goes down over his hips, the legs don't go out too far. A little bit. And again, forward a little bit and then back. It's just this piece of plastic here that's preventing it from going all the way around. We can rotate the leg at the thigh, bend at the knee. We can also bend here at his boots. There we go. And we can move the ankle back and forth. So some more or less standard articulation for this figure. Very similar to a lot of DC figures. Not too much there to show. So we can put him in some decent poses if we want. I don't know how I'd pose this guy because he's just a guy who can't see he can see in the dark and not during the day or something, and he's supposed to be a good fighter. So let's see if I can stand him up. Talk about his accessories a little bit. Sorry about that. If I can stand him up. There we go. Let's see. First, we have his pet owl, known as Hootie. I know I ranted about this earlier. Who the hell names an owl Hootie? So stupid. But anyways, neat thing about Hootie is that we can move the head around, which is nice. The owl can look. And owls are supposed to be able to turn their head almost 180 degrees, right? So that's kind of cool. Actually, the sculpt of the bird is pretty good, and I do like the amount of detail they put into the head, into the eyes of the owl. That is kind of cool. And the whole point here, if we look at the bottom, we can see it's kind of curved to fit an arm. We can put the owl on his arm. But I find it a little bit difficult to get it on there to make it stay. Now, that might just be me. Stay, you stupid bird. People think owls are smart. They're actually very dumb. So maybe that's why this bird won't stay on the arm. Stupid bird. Anyways. Gonna have to give this up because I don't think I'm gonna be able to make it stay. I know you can. There we go. Okay, we can get rid of that now. So he does have his owl, which is nice. Said the owl looks good. Putting it on his arm is a pain in the ass. But that's okay. You know what? I'm gonna cheat. I'm gonna use his cape to rest him. He also comes with an arm of Darkseid. There we go, big beefy arm. We can see the detail, the cracks in the skin, which makes Darkseid look so cool. But we'll talk about that a little bit more, but it just looks pretty cool. Darkseid's gonna be awesome. And then, like this whole wave, it comes with a collector's button. This must be from a Justice, Society? I'm guessing comic. There's the Spectre, there's the Hawkman. I'm not sure who that's supposed to be. And over there we've got Dr. Mid-Nite. I know we can't see it too well. Talking to some dude who, I'd like to say I forget who he is, but to be honest, that would mean that I knew who he was, and I don't. I don't know, the buttons are kind of silly to me. I don't care about them. So not a bad figure. I said I don't know a lot about him. I think he's dead, which, you know, with that green cape, I know I'm not done with that, am I? I guess I can't blame someone for killing him. If I saw someone walking down the street with a cape like that, I would probably see if I could kill them too. But I think that's just about it. I don't have too much else to say about this figure. We're going to try one more time to put Hootie on his arm. Like, why not call it Night Fang or Talon or something? Okay, there we go. I was going to give this figure a grade. You know what? He gets a B. I mean, it's decent. The amount of articulation is good. The sculpt is good. I actually like the way the bird looks, even though as a gimmick it's kind of lame. But it's a decent figure. It even interests me to learn more about him. Besides the fact I think he comes back as a Black Lantern, which, well, to me makes him cooler because I like the Black Lanterns. But at any rate, I think that is our look at Dr. Mid-Nite. Thank you very much. Class is dismissed.